Today, we are going to look at are rents rising or maybe they are finally decreasing. Hey everyone, it's Michael here. Whether you're a renter, a landlord, or just curious about real estate trends, now understanding what's happening in the rental market can give you a valuable insight into economic conditions, housing availability, and the supply and demand dynamics in this case. Over the past few years, we have seen some dramatic shifts in rental trends. Now let's say the COVID-19 pandemic, for instance, shook up things significantly. The work from home became the norm, leading to many people to rethink where they live. Now, this resulted in both single-family homes and multifamily apartments experiencing unprecedented rent increase as people move to new areas to suit their better lifestyles. And of course, when more people move, then that place has to accommodate the increased population growth. And if there's not enough homes for sale or for rent in this case, then prices will go up. Supply and demand. Now, every single place in the city and in the country will fluctuate depending on the location area. Let's say houses in Montana, Wyoming won't be expensive like say places in New York and California. And Texas and Florida, versus there, let's say Nevada. They're completely different. It depends on the situation. The landscape is changing again. Today, different factors drive rent prices, and it is not a one-size-fits-all situation. In some places, rents are still climbing, while in others, they're cooling off. This is a fluctuation is influenced by a variety of elements. Now, let's say including housing supplies, you got shifting migration patterns, and economic pressures like rising mortgage rates. Now today, we are diving into the latest trends in the rental market, and things are getting pretty interesting in this case. Now, during the early pandemic years, rent prices for both single-family homes and multifamily apartments were on fire, thanks to work from home boom and people moving around more. But now it's shifting once again because, let's face it, businesses are not doing as well when people are working at home. Yeah, you save money on electricity and let's say people coming in and rents, but it's not getting the job done. And they're showing the fact that businesses are now moving to a hybrid approach instead of having people only work from home. Let's start with multifamily rents. In April, rents were around 0.8% lower than they were a year ago. Why in that case? Because there has been a huge influx of apartments hitting the market, and more on the way. Even though rents did rise for the third month in a row, the increase is only a tiny 0.5%. Normally, we'll see a bigger jump in the spring, but this year it's been pretty sluggish. The national median rent in April was $1,396. We're talking about the median rent. It means every single state added together. It's not just your place, that area. California is definitely gonna have a higher median, let's say, than Texas or like Kansas. And if you compare those two, we're looking for something in the middle. It'll be different for your location. Now, this is typically the time of year when rent growth is accelerating, heading for the busy moving season, which is summer. So the fact that growth stalled this month could be a sign that the market is heading for another slow summer, according to apartment lists. Vacancies are also climbing, hitting to around 6.7% in March. It is the highest since actually August 2020. Now, while new permits buildings are slowing down, there is still a near record number of apartments under construction. The last year saw the latest apartments over in 30 years, which is mind-boggling. The single-family rents, it's still strong, but it's still slowing too. It's not as going up as high as before, but now it's finally starting to come back down. It's still not a negative still. Now let's talk about single-family homes. The rents are still going strong, up around 3.4% in March last year, according to CoreLogic. But even this growth is slowing down as more new rental homes come into the market. About 18,000 new single-family rental homes were started in the first quarter, up around 20% the same time last year. Now, over the past year, 80,000 new rental homes beginning construction, nearly a 16% increase. And of course, 80,000 new homes, it's still not enough to compare to fit the whole market. Let's say those 80,000 new homes, they're spread out the whole entire United States. If it's like forced into one area, let's say all shoved into California, New York, that'll be great. But since it's spread out around the whole entire country, still not a lot, but it's still an improvement. U.S. single-family rent growth strengthened overall in March. Though some weaknesses are revealed in the latest numbers, said by Molly Bozil, the principal economics for CoreLogic. The overbuilt areas like, let's say, Austin, Texas, they saw rents drop by 3.5%. What is driving this, you might ask? The potential home buyers are getting priced out of buying homes due to rising mortgage rates and home prices, so they are choosing to rent instead. Mortgage rates are back in around the 7% range, making it tough to buy because interest rates right now are currently still high, and they have to keep it high for inflation. Let's look at City Spotlight. Who is up and who is down in this case? Looking at the 20 largest cities. Your city might not be listed there, but we are looking at the major cities. Seattle saw one of the biggest rent increase were single-family homes at 6.3%, followed by New York at 5.3% and Boston at 5.2%. On the flip side, Austin, Texas experienced a 3.5% drop, with Miami down by 3.2% and New Orleans down by another 1.4%. It really depends on, at the end, your location, your job, and why people go there. And it also includes, let's face it, weather. Weather plays a big factor. Interestingly, for the first time in 14 years, rents for single-family attachment properties, like let's say townhomes, have declined year over year. Why is this case? It's because the decline is mainly happening for a few markets, especially in Florida, but also places in Austin and New Orleans. As more multifamily apartments get completed, the rental supply increases, competing with these townhomes, Bozo added. In a nutshell, multifamily rents are cooling due to a flood of new supply. While single-family rents remain strong, they are starting to slow down as more rental homes come into the market. It's fascinating time in the rental world because the pandemic already accelerated this factor. It's already happening, just the pandemic just made it a lot more faster. Now, if you look at the rental world, there's a lot of moving parts and new trends emerging. Keep an eye for these changes, especially if you're in a rental market. If you're looking to buy in a home, you better keep an eye on it, because once they drop interest rates, a lot of people are going to flood back in and try to buy in again, try to lock in the interest rate. Because right now, you got to look at supply and demand, and supply and demand vary from area to area. Just look at your area. If you're looking at a specific area you're buying into, look at the amount of homes are going in and out, and look at, let's say, Zillow, Redfin, look at news reports coming out, and look at the CPI inflation report and see what they are doing. Then you can make your prediction based on your needs, whether or not you should go into the housing market or not. That's it for this video. If you think I'm wrong, comment down below. If you think I'm right, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.